Hey everyone, it's June 2023, and I thought I would read a story today called Cascade Falls from Flying the Ointment, my new collection just out this year. And this particular story, I guess, was inspired by just an odd observation or experience I had many years ago. About at least 10 years ago, I was hiking in California with a group of friends, and there was this guy who just struck me as a kind of a stalker type, who was just sort of looming about by himself and kind of following our group. And this is nothing really happened, but this is just kind of what I conceptualized around this particular character. And it's a story called, as I said, Cascade Falls. So you're on your honeymoon, is that it? Lovey-dovey? Oh, just a garden variety vacation? What does that mean, garden variety, anyways? Is there something wrong with gardens? If you look over there, just past that big rock, the boulder, no, the other one, yes, there. Now that looks like a little garden, doesn't it? A little hamlet nook, something out of The Hobbit. Little bunnies hopping around, foxes eyeballing them from the ferns. Vacations are good for all of us. Good, 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 good. It's good to take a rest, isn't it? I mean, I haven't really done that in a long time. Not a real one, not a long one. No, I live over in Cambridge, 2 ridges over. This is a little day hike for me, a stone's throw, a little jaunt. Is that the right word, jaunt? I'm intimate with these trails. We converse regularly. We hang out. We're friends, these trails and me. I mean, I see a little salamander or a skink or a black snake, and I think, oh, good, here's a friend to talk to me. Hello, little amigo. Hello, muchacho. Did you ever do that? Talk to animals? I do. We converse on a regular basis. We chat. It's difficult to always understand their little burblings and squeaks, but I do try. When we talk slowly, we understand each other. We show mutual respect and admiration. But I'm sure I'm boring you. You know all about this. Oh, it's fine and dandy. It's all good. I'm just joshing. Don't you hate that expression? Did you know it's all good consists of 3 absolute ambiguities, if that isn't an oxymoron? It's all good. What is? What is all? What does good mean? Sorry, my sincere apologies. You did say you're on your vacation. I should leave you to your vacation mindset, your well of peace and relaxation. I'm sure you have better things to do than to listen to my disjointed ramblings. Well, I can stay here and you can walk ahead. I can proceed in silence like a grubby jerk off. Then, when you get to Cascade Falls, I can take your picture and go on my merry way. Okay, well then. No, I'm not attempting to be difficult or to intrude on your prized little nature moments during the little vacation. I'm sure. It's all anthropomorphized, isn't it? Let me just say this. Cascade Falls is a bit of a redundancy, isn't it? I mean, isn't a waterfall a cascade? So the name is Waterfall? Someone just was phoning in on that one. I don't mean to be rude, but I have to say you do look fetching in your little shorts and tank top thingy, if you don't mind me saying so. I mean, is that what you call it, a tank top? I mean, I'm sure you have a boyfriend or maybe many boyfriends, maybe a whole town of boyfriends, or maybe you were married. Is it a husband? I don't see rings on your fingers, but maybe you're just one of those couples who is all modern and doesn't do rings. And the ring is a ring of stellar clouds around your heart. Or maybe you just take your ring off when you're hiking. Rings are kind of superfluous, if you ask me. There's a whole history about rings you can read about, which doesn't make much sense. I mean, if you love someone, you don't really need a ring, do you? Or maybe the ring is a way of reminding oneself that one should love that other person. Maybe it's like a piece of yarn around the finger. Or maybe, well, you get the picture. But this doesn't really matter to me. Today you have my attention, and I hope this goes the vice versa way and so forth, the ditto, ditto, ditto. If you don't mind me being so bold as to speak directly. Yeah, sure. You just go ahead and walk up ahead to the little cascade, to the waterfall. I'll hang back here and let you have your moment of silent reckoning. And I'll watch you from behind, and I'll catch up to you when you're near the edge of the waterfall, and then we'll compare notes, so to speak. I promise I won't push you. That would be a bad way to make the news, wouldn't it? I don't want to be that guy. I can see your form through the trees up there. Man, oh man, I bet they don't have birds in Larch where you're from. Snooty Brooklyn brats don't know ferns from falafel. That's one thing Dad taught me well, identification. I may have had to teach myself in reaction to what he was doing, an utter rebellion to everything he brought to the table or didn't bring to the table, respectively. He was all huff and bluff and bluster. You know anyone like that? He claims it was a result of sleeping in the woodshed when he was a kid. My question is, why did you have to sleep in the woodshed? He implies that his father muscled him into the woodshed, that there was a kind of quid pro quo unleashed upon him as a result of vengeance, the sort fathers like to wreak upon their sons. I'm doubtful. Did you hear me up there? I'm doubtful. I know you're not as far up the trail as you think you are because I can see your cute little Birkenstock footprints, and I can tell it was just 90 seconds ago that your feet impressed their little toes upon the path here. Didn't anyone tell you that Birkenstocks and hiking don't mesh? This isn't Disneyland. This is the wild and woolly. Look around you. It's trees and rocks and water and cliffs dropping down to God knows where. It's elemental. Hear me? And the elements don't care a whit for your pedicured little princess nails. This isn't the Hamptons. Okay, if you just respond, I promise I'll stop being so forceful and loud and abrasive. I apologize. I will, but only if you take me off the trail. Show me the meaning of life. Show me at least what it is to be young and flirtatious with some guy who just happens to be trudging his middle-aged cloggy body up the same trail as your highness on the same day, same time. It's fate, isn't it? Or kismet, or karma? I don't know, it's something. And by the way, just because you aren't responding to me right now does not mean I'm going to pick up the pace with the talking and the walking. It doesn't mean I'm giving up. I don't give up, ever. Fine, I like silence also. Ask my son about the persistence. Gavin knows. Little shitheel fuck. Sure, run off to preppy camp with all the other spoiled little shitheel fucks in Richie Rich Hatha, center of the hippy dippy crystal crowd. Sure, don't return your father's phone calls. Tell him if you friend me on Facebook, it will be better. That way we can stay in touch. That way you can see my pictures and read what my friends have to say. Since when do I care about your friends? Not yours, his, shitheel Gavin. Don't ask about the name. That was Catherine's idea of creativity. Trust me, names are one area where creativity is overrated. My name, for instance, is Joe, in case you'd like to know. Doesn't get much plainer than Joe, does it? And when you take me behind the larch trunk and my jeans are around my ankles, I'm sure you'll tell me your name is Jessica or Julia or Jamie. I'm guessing J names here if you missed that, because we're in sync, and I can tell our in-syncness extends its beneficence to the contours of your name. I'm sure there are lots of contours. Look. I know I run my mouth a lot and say some bizarre things. I know I seem like one of these guys out of those creeper guys who won't shut up and doesn't respect you a whit and can't constrain himself, but I'm not. I'm actually quite a polite and gentle human. I could provide you with a series of what? No, I could provide you with a series of references if you'd like. I can put you on the phone right now with women, exes, who could attest to my gentlemanly behavior, because my behavior is something I take seriously. You are not required to answer at all. I hope this helps. Whoa, look at this. I've never seen a lizard with two heads before, have you? This is not a ploy, not a game. Oh, wait. It's not two heads, it's two lizards. The one lizard is eating the head of the other lizard. Right here on the path, that's where. From the first angle, it looks like two lizard heads sprouting forth from the same lizard neck. If you want to backtrack and come here, I'll show you. No. I know that would be too much to ask, since you East Coast types always have to hustle and bustle to the next thing, to the latest, greatest. It's just a waterfall, really, to be frank. That's all it is. Water falling down from one plane of space to the next. You've seen it 1,000 times before. In your life, I'm sure you stood overlooking 58 waterfalls, if not more. This doesn't even count the number of images embedded in your nubile little brain from photos, films, artwork. Which painter was it that painted the fucking Niagara Falls thousands of times? Really original guy. Nothing about Niagara Falls seems remotely. Oh, I meant young. Nubile just means young. I mean, no, I don't have a dictionary on hand. I don't usually hike with a spare copy of Webster's. You might. You're on a different intellectual plane than meager little me. You're different. I don't mean anything salacious at all by the word. No. I mean young. Aren't you young, technically speaking? I mean, you're younger than me, correct? From my perspective, this makes you nubile-esque at the bare minimum. Language is funny. Sure, yes, I'd refer to lawn as nubile. Well, perhaps not in that context, but yes, the word would in fact apply. I'm glad you were listening, delightfully glad. Did you hear everything I said? Yes, my voice is fairly whatever and gruff. I mean, look at me, look at my body. Nothing about me is understated. No subtlety here. Okay, so you want to enjoy yourself. Go ahead. What's stopping you? Enjoy. Go. Walk by yourself and listen to your own loneliness. Enjoy. Have a great time. I can see that. I can see that now. Yes, I can see that. Your ordinariness. You seem unique and intriguing, but you're actually quite just ordinary to me. So go ahead. I'll just sit right here and watch the lizard eat the other identical lizard. I would really like to see how this turns out. I'm curious to see if he can swallow a mirror image of himself. That would be something, wouldn't it? You don't need that, really. I get the message. I can see this seriousness in your visage. Okay, eyes, your young eyes. I was going to say the other one, but you know. Encantada, it means nice meeting you. Go ahead, walk on as I sit here on the trail. The jaws are unhinging. The head of the victim is sliding in slowly. I can't wait to see the arms and tails slide into this gaping mouth. It's amazing. It's as if he's ingesting himself. Be careful on those mossy rocks. Those are the dangerous ones. They look safe and green, and as if your footing would be more, grippy, but they're not. So it's deceptive. They lull you into complacency. Many things do. Encantada. I'll be waiting here when you walk back down, or had you forgotten about the return voyage? There's one way up, one way down. I'll be right here waiting.